Welcome to this edition of Meet the Mustangs. Rejoining us is head men's and women's golf coach, Kent Beatty. Coach, welcome back.
Mike, glad to be here.
Well, after a break, you guys are going to hit it running in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, that's right. We, of course, we're pretty fortunate to be able to have some pretty decent weather here in Silver City, a little cooler than it has been. Some Januaries and Februaries have been just so beautiful here. So we're actually getting a little winter, but, the golf course is clearing off, so we're expecting some good things for the kids.
Coach, the women pretty much dominated the RMAC in the fall. You've got one more RMAC tournament, but you've got several tough tournaments coming up. How do you expect the girls to do in the spring?
Well, the beautiful thing about golf is you're playing against the golf course. So, not so much against the teams. It's you at the end you add them up and see how you've done. But in reality, it's just hitting the fairway and hitting the green and trying to make a putt. And fortunately, we have. We have seven. We have seven pretty good golfers out there, so you can only take five. But the nice thing about women's golf is that you can, in many cases, be able to carry individuals. So it's not so much true in men's golf because their fields are so much bigger. But in women's golf, we're able to play seven players. So the girls, they need a break a little bit more than the guys do. And in honesty, the girls' season was so scrunched up together. They played 5 times, almost 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So it was tough. They wanted a break, and they've got it. And they've all told me they're ready. They're rip roaring and ready to go.
They'd like to be out there right now in the 20-degree weather.
Well, maybe out there by the heater, but no, they're excited to compete.
Now, you did have a good season in the RMAC, but you got Mesa State right on your heels, if I remember correct.
Yeah, it would be. We would have to. The way the point system works, you get a point for every team you beat, and so in the RMAC events, Mesa State finished second in all of them, but we have beaten them 3 times, and they have beaten us. And we have one event to go, so we would have to play pretty bad in that event, and they would have to play pretty well for us to not win the championship.
The goal, of course, getting to the NCAA championships. I think this team can accomplish that. Can they compete for that national title?
Well, once again, it depends on how many fairways and greens and putts you get to. But I will tell you, we have a very talented bunch. Our scoring average for the fall was something like 309, which was that would be almost 10 shots better than any team we've ever had. So, that's a huge improvement. So we have a very talented group. We went, our last event was in Minnesota. We played the golf course that was the regional golf course. We finished second. Augustana is a very, very, very good golf team. It was our second tournament, in 5 or 6 days. So it was, I hate the kids to miss so much school. So we flew to Denver and drove to Kearney and drove back to Denver and flew to Tucson and went to school for a day and a half and then flew to Minneapolis to play. So the girls were dead beat. And I think we finished second in the event, which is 18 teams there. So obviously that's great. That's what you want to do. And all the teams that we had, in our region were there. It was their conference championship, the other team in our region's conference championship. So we saw everyone in the region. We finished second. And the top 3 get to go to the NCAA championship. I'm not positive that golf course fits us great, but it's just a matter of getting by. And if we play as well as we did, we'll be just fine.
Well, let's switch to the other side in the men. A little bit up and down early, but you've got a lot of talent there as well.
We really do, Mike. We just have a young team, and it's been so long since I've had a team that was this young. We lost 2 players to graduation, and we lost 2 players that went Division I. So that's 4 guys. Stephen Maxwell, who plays number 1 for us, was our number 5 guy last year. So he's done a great job. He's outstanding this fall, and so he's taken the reins of that. And then, you get 4 guys with, the number 2 guy, Michael Lopez is, he played some junior college golf in Phoenix, does a great job, filled in well, but there's some adjustment. And then our freshman Patrick Bahan was the 5A state champion in New Mexico, and he's done very well. Couldn't really ask for anything more. And then the rest of the guys are relatively new to this. Zach Blair, who's played for us in the past, had a knee injury in the fall, had surgery, and did not play. So he'll be ready to play this spring. So there is some experience, and it's just like I'm telling you guys with the girls. if you hit enough fairways and greens and have enough opportunities to make a birdie, then you know you're going to play well. If the little man sits on your shoulder and tells you all the things that sometimes the little man tells us in all sports, you know, you get sidetracked and worry about different things. So I expect that the golf team is going to come along just like they do every spring. In the RMAC, the Colorado teams tend to be very tough in the fall and not so good in this, or not so good, but not as strong in the spring because of the weather. And we're practicing, you know, Monday, and they're in a snowstorm, and they will be, you know, in not great weather for, you know, midway through March.
There's not a lot you can do in golf indoors.
No.
As far as practicing your chip shots or your drives.
Right. I mean, you can be in there and make some swings and stuff like that, but golf is played right here.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids play it great. It just depends on how close you chip it and how many putts you make.
Well, Coach, we expect you to have a great season, and folks, get out there, check the schedule, see when they're going to be near you, and go support the Mustangs. And good luck in the upcoming season,
Well,
Coach.
thank you. We're very, very fortunate, Mike, to have a community that we do, and the golf course that we do, and the school that we do, because, you know, it's ultra supportive of the golf kids. And, you know, if it weren't for all the components, you know, being able to get good kids and the weather and the place we play and the administration, you know, we couldn't have been as successful as we are. So thanks.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on Meet the Mustangs.
Okay.